Great news for AMC. Earnings report super bullish. I can't wait to show you guys the charts. But before we jump into that, this is the earnings report. It's from businesswire.com. I will go ahead and pin the link down below in the comments so you can check it out for yourself if you want to read through it all. I'm just gonna read you a couple of highlights here, a couple summaries from the report. So the fourth quarter summary results. As of October 1st, 2020, AMC resumed operations at 467 of its domestic theaters. That's what we already knew. They have been reopening theaters for quite some time. Approximately 78% of its domestic circuit after having suspended operations for approximately 5 months beginning March 2020. So another way to look at this is instead of them closing down 78% of their theaters over that time period, now they have the potential to reopen 78% of their theaters. Fundamentals are bullish on this company. So during the fourth quarter ended December 2020, in response to government mandates and the word which shall not be spoken, nearly all of AMC's international theaters suspended operations. Right? Next, a theater reopenings update included with the report, the earnings report. There's also a lot of numbers. I will dive into the data, the hard data numbers, in the Friday deep dive recap video. So for now, theater reopenings update. During the fourth quarter, the company welcomed millions of guests to its theaters as soon as it was safe to do so and permissible. So they're following guidelines. That's good. They're staying on top of the restrictions. They're putting safety procedures in place as well. So on February, New York State authorized reopening in New York City after almost a year of theaters being closed. So they didn't see profits for a long time, including 25% seating capacity, maximum 50 people per screening. So they opened all 13 of the New York City theaters on March 5th, 2021. Also, they were operating approximately 527 of its 589 domestic locations. They're almost back at full speed on their domestic locations. And approximately 78 of 356 international locations. Remember, this numbers are coming from a couple months ago. So we don't really know exactly how many international locations are open today. I know this says March 5th, right? But it's still going to take some time to get this accurate data in place, right? That's what I'm trying to explain. Cool. So they're having discussions with local and state authorities about appropriate timing for resuming of operations internationally. We'll keep up to date with that as more news comes out around the globe. Upon returning to the movies, AMC guests experience a comprehensive health and sanitation program. It's called the AMC Safe and Clean. It's developed under advisement with Harvard University's prestigious School of Public Health, as well as the #1 U.S. cleaning brand, the Clorox Company. And there's been some rumors about AMC not being the next GME. So I wanted to address that real quick. Doesn't really matter if it's the next GME. There's plenty of room across the stock market for two assets to go on a short squeeze. This should be fun. is the AMC website now. And it appears that it has been updated since I last showed it on the channel. Right here on the main page, they have a little promotion going on. Get more with AMC stubs. It's talking about member exclusives. You can earn points on concessions, tickets, and more. All you have to do is join, get your rewards. Let's see what else they have going on. See showtimes. So they're gonna list showtimes right on their website. You can reserve your seating at your theaters on their website. You don't have to go to a third-party ticket company. They have a search. Set reminders for upcoming new releases. That's kind of neat. So if you're interested in a particular movie coming out, watch trailers. All right. So let's see. Most theaters are now open. Learn more about safe and clean policies and procedures. That was there last time. It looks like they've added a whole bunch. Wow. Yeah, they've been redesigning their website. It looks a lot nicer now. It's very clean and organized. There's lots of nice promotional pictures for new releases coming out. Looks like you can get tickets right here. They have a whole bunch of different pages, different options, 3D movies, IMAX. Looks like they're listing their most popular movies as well, right on the main page. And then some deals, rentals. So they have their movies, their specials, and then their on-demand services. I click on the on-demand. So it's like a popular movie, and it's laid out similarly to other streaming platforms. So they are adapting to the competition. This looks nice, guys. They have some stuff for the younger viewers too. Harry Potter, Independence Day, big movies, big titles. Very cool. All right. Moving on to the technical analysis. I posted this to Twitter, and since we're remaining talking about the longer time frame today, I just wanted to say that when I do post charts like this with an arrow starting right here where it is currently going straight up, I don't necessarily mean that I expect the price to shoot directly up from there. I think there's a little confusion about that. I apologize. I didn't mean to give any false hope about that. That's why I left this green line down below some of these other lines. What I really should have posted, I went back through, spent a little more time on this picture, and posted a better update. This is what I really meant to post, guys. It is a much more accurate chart. These high numbers that I'm showing are really for midterm and long-term viewers who have been keeping up with this sort of thing. And I wanted to point out all the strong support below here. That's what this picture is really about, okay? It's about the support underneath. It's not about the breakout. A lot of people are looking at this from the breakout perspective. of just going straight up, but we're staying one step ahead of the markets and looking at it from a dip perspective, a slight correction from a previous breakout back down into support area. Now let's look at it on the charts. So this is our long-term chart, and well, even though it's a simplistic, nice looking chart, there are still quite a few lines and arrows that aren't exactly relevant at the moment, so I'm going to go ahead and clean that up. And there we have it. This is simply the price action. There's no real lines on here besides a small breakout from before. I want to leave that there because it matches up with the pattern that we're seeing play out right now. Excuse me, guys. I'm just gonna take a quick sip of coffee here. All that reading of the earnings report. All right. Excuse me. Now that this chart's all cleaned up, I'm gonna start from scratch. This is a daily chart because I'd like to simplify this pattern as much as possible. And you already know the wedge is coming, so let's do it. I'm going to start at the top of the wedge all the way up at this daily wick candle. It looks really weird, but we're not using the Fibonacci, so it's okay. I'm not worried about that. I'm going to put it all the way down right there. This is the reason I've been drawing this wedge from the very beginning of this pattern. And other wedges within it. Now that we're well outside of the wedge, it is a clear confirmed breakout. On the shorter time frames, it's even a breakout and a retest. I'll show you that in just a minute. Trust in Denwo's magic triangles. Here's why. Extend this support line further. Same with this one. And I'm going to lower it, alright, just for this, because I am trying to be more accurate about this pattern now, this chart. Okay. So I'm going to put it down here with the other candles, right about in the middle, like we did with GME. Just an estimate, average of all this chop. Make this green because this is the mid to long-term target currently. And that is as high as $20. I do anticipate AMC to reach these prices, this range, this area where it was previously in late January. And it's very difficult to put a time frame on a move like that. It's a very large move, and AMC and GME are extremely volatile right now. It's 150% move to the green side. It's very difficult to time something like that, but I will do my best just for you. Worst case scenario on this move, if it does indeed continue to these higher prices, the longest I would expect it to take, okay, it's all the way up into June 2021. Okay, a few months away. That's why we're gonna remain patient on this asset. There is a lot of excitement around AMC right now. The theaters are reopening, so this move could happen much quicker. It's tough to say right now. We're still early on this breakout, and it is a higher high on the chart. Also, this is the stair-stepping pattern that we were hoping to see starting to occur. On the shorter time frames is our day trading chart. It is very complex right now. I'll delete a few of these. The thing is, I do need to leave the bottom support lines, all of these lines down below. These are still relevant. The price is currently trending downwards. It's finding a lot of support. People are buying it up still. Around $10. After hours, it got as high, well, it closed around $10.50, which is just about back into the sell box. And just a quick analysis on the move beforehand. It shot up here and closed candles right on this support, resistance line of the channel, the upper channel. And we see all these wicks coming through. As soon as I saw those wicks, didn't look great. It made a lot of sense that it came back down off there. We had this channel, this yellow line on the chart from pretty far back, so that was an accurate resistance just above the sell box. And then as soon as it got back into the sell box, it absolutely tanked. That's what we saw. Algorithms, bots, and stop losses all getting hit very quickly. I was watching it real time. It happened super quick. People couldn't even react to that kind of a move. You'd have to have a stop loss up there beforehand. As soon as you could think about it, the move was complete. So now that we're down here and the after hours is up here, long term makes a lot of sense. We're well within our channel, and I expect that sort of continuation over the midterm, especially now with the earnings being out. Remember, GME earnings is March 23rd. That's coming up soon. A lot of people are talking about that as well. We could see something similar happen with GME, just like we did on AMC leading up into their earnings. Spent a lot of green, a lot of buying pressure, a whole week or two leading up into their earnings. Remember, a lot of times people sell the news, so there was, you can see it right here on the chart, there was an extreme sell-off on GME, and interestingly enough, in the media, they're calling it a crash, a 50% crash. And that is fair. It's a huge red move to drop 50% intraday. Technically, that would be a crash, just that type of large decline. However, since we've been bullish long term and entered at much lower prices, from that perspective, this is not really a crash. This is an indecision candle, which is hinting at a direction, either up or down, over the day ahead. With this kind of volatility, I expect a very large move going into the day ahead as well, and probably all of next week. We may not see much sideways on GME anymore. The buy boxes are way down here. Even the highest one, the highest buy box that was extremely risky is all the way down at $150 now. So there's not really a way. It's not time to be placing buy boxes up here. This is not a buy box on GME. Not for Denwo. If anything, this is a sell box currently. But trust in the magic wedges, right? This is not the end of the target for long term. The end of the target is closer to up here. The way things are looking, it is very possible for GME to reach $500 in the short to mid term. All right. That's how intense these moves are right now. I usually don't talk like that, but it's happening very quickly and people are panicking. They have no idea how to handle their positions. And we gotta stay strategic. So remember that it was buy time way back here. Now it's starting to get closer to sell time. Let's just put it that way. For short-term traders anyway, for swing traders, people trying to make a quick flip on that move. That move's already well over 2x. That's as much as most swing traders are hoping to make, to be real. Entering at $40 and riding GME up to $350, that's well worth profit taking. If you guys are sitting in that kind of profits right now, it's okay to take some off the table. You don't have to leave 100% of your shares all the way to the very end. I do plan to talk about that more in the Friday deep dive video. Thanks guys, and remember, this channel is always free, never monetized. So if you enjoyed this video, all I ask is that you share it so we can help out our friends. Have a great day. Happy trading.